Anyway, we're recording, so welcome. Lovely to see you all. And we'll start with the joint sequence. So just sitting, settling yourself down. And as I said, you can do this lying down if you prefer, that's fine. Thank you, Lucinda. Morning, Lucinda. We literally just started. Don't worry. If you did want to say something to me, there's a chat. If you don't know about it, there's a chat box for me on my screen. It's at the bottom. There's a little thing that says chat, so you can chat. You could type a message directly to me if you needed to say anything. Didn't want to share it with everybody. Right. So just making sure you're comfortable, settling down into perhaps a cushion or a yoga block. Maybe closing your eyes. Resting down into your seat, feeling the contact points beneath you. Again, you could also do this on your back, feet flat on the floor, settling down. So as we in this Zoom yoga, and you've got the screen here, looking at the screen, it kind of takes you away from the sensations in your body. You want to be feeling into the body and into the heart. So instead of looking at the screen, look down or close your eyes. So we have this process of the mind jumping around, the monkey mind jumping about. So be an observer of this. Whatever it wants to do, whatever it wants to think about, where it wants to be, let that just happen. So we have remembering, thoughts popping up, bubbling up from the past. And then we have planning, anticipating the thoughts that are going forwards. And we're trying to settle into the here and now. So the little tricks and tools I've taught you over the years, such as concentrating on your breath. So you could do the nose tip breathing. You could focus on sensations of the breath moving in your body. You could focus on the sensations of your body settling at ease down here on the mats, whether you're lying, sitting, leaning on a cold wall, wherever you are. So you're encouraging the mind to settle, the monkey mind to calm and settle and stay in the present moment. And this is challenging. The mind jumps around, goes backwards, remembering, forwards, planning, anticipating, and just gently encourage it back to what you've chosen. Breath at the nostrils, sensation of breathing, sensation of sitting. Resting at ease, whichever you've chosen, resting at ease. And as you rest at ease, feel yourself relax and settle into the moments, the present moment. But you may notice that as the mind travels off, backwards, forwards, and then you encourage it back again, that a little tightening or constriction has occurred in the body. So it may be a sensation, it may be a frown, it may be a tightening in the shoulders. So go back to this Settling, softening, resting at ease, letting go. Mind wander off again, going backwards, forwards, and there's a reaction to this, even if you're not even moving. It can be a constriction, a tightening, and then you come back to the present moment and settle, rest at ease once more. So it could be something simple like just loosening the jawline, softening the lips, slowing the breath down. All these just very simple tricks just to help yourself settle and rest at ease. With yourself resting in this comfortable position, whether you're lying or sitting, we'll now move through the Paramuktasana sequence for the joints. And it starts with the feet and we work our way up. Okay, so making sure you're comfortable and warm and extending the legs out straight if you're sitting. If you're lying, knees wide and draw the knees in towards you. And so moving just your toes first of all. So as you breathe out, take my socks off. As you breathe out, scrunching the toes. And as you breathe in, drawing the toes towards you. Exhale, squeeze, and inhale, draw them towards you. So those toe joints are getting movement, which encourages the synovial fluid to go to the toe joints. Maybe the toes start to creak, crack, click. And it's like you've got liquid sunshine traveling just to the toes. Scrunching, squeezing, exhale. And inhale. Draw the toes towards you. Okay, so now point and flex at the ankles. So toes relaxed. Extend away. That's your inhale, and the flexing is on the exhale. Inhale, extending, pointing, and exhale, flexing. Point and flex, and that liquid sunshine is now moving to the ankle joints. And again, you can do this lying down. So on the back, hands at the back of the thighs, you're just moving at the ankles. Liquid sunshine pouring into the ankle joint, maybe looking at the ankles as well. Okay, so circle around from the ankles and watch the toes. So you're moving at the ankle joint, but notice how the toes try and join in as well. The toes try and kind of pull back as you flex the feet. Try and get the toes to relax. So you're just isolating the ankle joint. It feels quite challenging. So maybe slow it right down. That's it. Change direction. Just moving from the ankles. Tell the toes to be still. Just the ankles rolling the ankle joint. Toes relaxed. Brilliant. Okay, so the next one's a new one. With it, can't see my feet. So it's like you're saying namaste with the feet. So you can see if I can like that. So you are feet hip width apart, And you're drawing the soles of the feet towards each other and then opening them out. Turn towards each other and open out. So still do it with my hands close. So like those are my soles of my feet. Then they're coming towards each other and then rotating out towards each other, not touching, rotating out. They can't do this. Towards each other, rotating out. Namaste with the feet. Open out and just see how that feels through the lower leg. That liquid sunshine pouring down the ankle joint. All right, so those of you sitting up, we're going to have to do one leg at a time, or you could lie down. Those of you lying down, you get to do this for longer with both legs together, with circling from the knees. Round you go. So if you're sitting up, you're holding the back of the right thigh and circle. So telling the bottom of the right leg to relax. Toes soften. Lovely. Go the other way. Just moving from that knee joint. Okay, those of us doing one leg at a time, changing. Circle. That liquid sunshine coming down on the knee joint. Round you go. Movement from the heel. Change direction. Okay, so again, those of you lying on your back, you can do both legs at the same time, flexing, extending. So you're holding the back of the thighs. Inhale, straighten or towards straight, and exhale, flex. So those of you with just one leg, you're holding the back of the right thigh. Keep the right thigh still. And if you keep the right thigh absolutely still, you can feel the quads contracting to lift the lower limb and the hamstring working to bring the heel back down. And then noticing how that knee joint feels on the right side. If you're just doing the one leg or both, how does it feel? Feeling that liquid sunshine, that warmth come to the knee joint. Okay, changing legs, those of us working individually. So thigh still. Feel the muscle working. No movement at the hip, just movement at the knee. Looking at the knee, feeling that liquid sunshine. Great, okay. So now we move to the hip joints. So maybe let's all lie down for this. So come onto your back, knees into your chest, chin tucks under, head down. Hands onto your knees, and it's like you are holding onto somebody else's legs, holding at the knees, and start to squeeze the knees in, and then press the knees away, out, away from the chest, and then they come back in again and squeeze. Opening out, press away, and draw back in again. And feeling into the hip joint. So your breath can be exhaling as you draw in, squeezing, and inhale, expanding out. Exhale, squeezing in, and inhale, expanding out. Change direction. Feeling that liquid sunshine move to the hips. Last time around. And then we'll bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees drop out. So the knife edge of the little toe side of the foot drops onto the floor, soles of the feet together into bound cobbler pose. Let the inner thighs soften and relax. Drawing them together on the exhale. Inhale, open. Drawing them together, exhale. Inhale, open. So they're moving like butterfly wings. So it's like rivers of energy or golden, warm, liquid sunshine moving to the hip joints. Last one. Now I'd like you to place your feet so they're flat on the floor. Close your eyes and feel the rivers of energy running down from the hips into the knees, the ankles, into the toes. Feel how live and energized the lower part of the body is. Eyes closed and just assessing how you feel. Certainly not looking at the screen, just taking any frown away from the face. And feeling from the hips down into the legs, into the toes. Now we're going to bring these rivers of energy to the upper body. And we'll come back up to sitting, if that's okay. You can, of course, do this lying down if you want to. So sitting comfortably, hands. So start to wriggle the fingers around. Look at the hands working. Wriggle them around. So you've got the thumbs, look at those joints. Feel into each joint. You may have some creaky joints, stiff joints, but just noticing, not judging, just observing. So now we squeeze and scrunch, tighten, and then expand, open. Squeeze, scrunch, tighten, exhale. Inhale, expand, open. Exhale, squeeze. Just the hands, look at the fingers. This is taking your energy away from the screen, focusing here. And the next time the hands come in, just tucking your thumbs, fingers softly wrap around, and then work the wrist joint. So feeling those rivers of energy, warmth, like liquid sunshine coming to the wrist joints. And noticing the movement in one compared to the other. Again, just an observer. Change direction. Look at the wrist working, moving. And snuggling the fingers in towards each other, fingers interlaced. And press your palms away so your fingers pull back slightly. Pushing away. Feel that stretch and pull of the fingers. And release. Have the palm of one hand up and the other hand comes on top of the palm, not the fingers, and just push back. So you're working into the wrist joint. Kindly, gently pushing back, feeling that stretch. Good. Press back. Change sides. Pressing back. And release. Okay, so now to the elbows. So you just very simply drop the shoulders down. Bring your fingertips up to the shoulders. And then release down and look down to the elbows. Exhale, fingers up. And inhale, and down. How often do you think about your elbow joints? Do you think it's working all the time, doing things for you? So thought here, movement here. Maybe you can look down and see the elbows as well. So all your positive energy, thoughts, rivers of energy, liquid sunshine coming to the elbow joints. Maybe feeling the muscles that are involved to flex the arms. Bring the fingers onto the shoulders and now start to circle from the elbows. So we're circling the shoulder joints. And here I like to keep my gaze down or close my eyes and just noticing and listening to the shoulders. They chat to you, they creak and crackle, they have stories to tell. Keeping the face soft, scooping around with the elbows. Fingers just resting lightly on the shoulder joints. Feeling that liquid sunshine, the rivers of energy coming to the shoulders. And drawing the shoulders back and down. Now moving to the neck. We're going to drop one ear down to one shoulder, whichever way, doesn't matter. Focus on the contracting side. So I'm going to drop my right ear to my right shoulder. And as I go over, rather than focusing on the stretch, I'm focusing on the side that's contracting, squeezing in to bring the ear over. And you go over and hold, feeling into that side that's shorter, the bottom side. Breathing into it. And now bring your attention, so the head doesn't move, you just bring your attention to the side that's stretching, expanding side. And then maybe just chin rolling back slightly, maybe coming forward slightly, just easing into stretching a different position if that feels that's what you need. Bringing the head back up and then go the other way. So again, you focus on this contracting side. So over, the squeeze, the contracting side, the bottom side. And then bring your focus and attention to the top side. And maybe just nudging the chin back slightly, nose forward slightly, just to feel how that stretch changes as the head moves just slightly. And then come back up to the center. So your spine is straight, your chin's tucking in, and you're turning your head to one side. Stretch away, the opposite shoulder pushes back, come back to center. Stretch the other way, and come back to center. Now we go with the yawn. I'll come up close so you can see. We go to the side and back to center. Back to center. And once more either side. Okay, so back to center, working on the jawline now. So moving your chin in circles. We did this last week. So you're moving like a cow chews the cud. So you're good. It's a funny joint, this one. It sort of drops down and then you can chew around. Brilliant. Go the other way. And to finish off, I'll just take out one of my things. You're going to bring your hands to the head. So there's a little nook in here at the bottom of the jawline. So you're going to place your thumb there. So if you just do that with your jaw, drop it, and you can feel the little notch there. So that's where you're putting your thumb, and it can feel a little bit tender. You're popping the hands on top of the skull, just sort of above the ear, the pads of the fingers, hold, and then a couple of drops up and down, and then do some little circles. You see, okay. And you do that, sorry, you do it with both. Sorry, I can't do it with both because of the things in my ears. You're holding, pushing in, and then doing those little circles, but with both hands. So here, circles, and it can feel a little tender, don't worry. It's a good tension release. And then from here, bring your index finger to the temples, little circles. And then to third eye, in between the eyebrows. This is quite a meaty muscle, and there's a big bone here. So you can really push hard. Use 2 fingers, push, press, circle, circle. Change direction. And then pads of your fingers into your lockdown hairdos. And you use the pads of the fingers to scrunch, 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 squeeze, release, squeeze, massage, massage the scalp, squeeze, squeeze, release. And you can just have a go at holding the scalp and moving your head if you've got a wig on. Squidge around. Fab. And release. Last thing for the ears, again, take out my thing. So both ears for you. Use the index and the thumb. Watch it if you've got earrings on. And you squeeze, squeeze, squeeze around the ears. Pinch, little circles coming into the shell of the ear. And then you can pull at the lobes if it feels okay. We'll see you do both. Okay, so take a moment to lie down. So that's the end of Paramuktasana 1, and it's with a few little additions. So you're lying down, relaxing down to the mat, feeling the rivers of energy running through all of the body. Just taking a moment to settle here, resting as we were at the beginning, resting at ease. The toes feeling alive, the ankles, the knees, the hips, whole of the spine, shoulders, elbows, wrists, fingers, thumbs, neck, the face, scalp. So deepen your breathing, wriggle your fingers and toes, and we're now moving to Paramuktasana 2. So coming up to sitting, legs out straight. Do sit on a block. Do come up against the wall if that's better for you. And do bend your knees. You know, modify, make yourself comfortable. So the first one is called pulling the rope. So right arm comes up, stretch up and away, lift, look at the fingers. Exhale, pull the straight arm down, shoulder comes down. Inhale, lift up the left arm, stretch away, look at the hand. Exhale, down you go. Breathing in. So make sure you keep your spine straight. A tendency with this one, as we pull the arm down, pull the hand down to the leg, of reaching forwards. So making sure the spine stays straight. It's just, you're just moving from the shoulder. Alternating arms. Breathing in, lift, stretching up and away, pushing through the one hip, reach up. Exhale, pulling the rope down. So you imagine there's a rope above you, reaching, holding onto it, and it's tough. You're really struggling to get it down. So there's some strength in the arm, strength in the shoulder as you draw it down. Just do one more on either side. We finish on the left side. And then we'll move on to the rowing action. So we finish left, bring your hands into the position with your thumbs tucking in and the other 4 fingers wrapping around over the top, and your palms then come down onto the legs. So you need a bit of space behind you so you can lean back for this rowing action. So you're breathing in, coming back just a little way or further if you want to work with more strength, reaching up and away, and exhale, fold forwards. Breathing in, sliding back, reaching up and away. Exhale, fold forwards. So modify by bending the legs. Reach up. Exhale, bow. All the way back. Two more. Last one. And then bring your hands to your heart and open your legs wide V shape. I'm a bit challenged with this obstacles around me. Okay, so we're twisting now. So you're bringing your right hand to the outside of the left leg, left arm extends out, look at the thumb. Breathing in, twist to your left. So you pull that left arm back, reaching back as far as you can. Use the right hand that holds the leg to pull. And exhale, come back to the center. Left hand to the outside of the right leg. Look at the right hand. Inhale, open. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, open. Exhale, back to center. Twist, so that opposite hand on the opposite leg. Easing you around. So feeling that the hand is guiding the shoulder round and back as far as is comfortable. The hips are staying in place. And this wide leg position enables the hips to stay in place. Maybe you can bend the legs if that's better, or cross the legs. Okay. And finish with the right hand coming behind. And then hands to the heart, fingers interlace, thumbs stick up, arms straight, drop the shoulders. This is called churning the mill. So come forwards, arms stay straight, and then circle whichever way is comfortable for you. Doesn't really matter. Keep the arms straight. Exhale forwards. Look at the thumbs. Good. Inhale, come back. Shoulders soft. Churning the mill. Exhale forwards. Inhale back. Change direction. Shoulders soft. Last time around. And then bring your hands back to the heart. So this is where we'll probably be divided with whether you want to do this in a squatting position or standing. So if it's not great for the knees, the hips, the squats, then come up to standing and just do the arm version. Rest of us squatting, hands to the heart, palms together. Inhale, hands to the heart, push your elbows into the inner thighs, open the hips. Exhale, squeeze the inner thighs together and your arms dive forward. Inhale, open, squeeze. Exhale, diving forward. Those of you doing it standing, it's just the arms. So elbows come apart, palms together, our heart open. And then exhale, dive forward. That's if you're doing it standing. It's just focusing on the upper body. Praying mantis. Last one. So your hips and knees are okay. Hands come to the feet. Straighten, inhale. Exhale, back down to squat. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, back down to squat. Those of you that don't want to move from the knees, hands onto the hips, keep your legs straight, fold forwards. And you're just inhaling, lifting, opening. Exhale, press yourself in deeper, moving from the hips. Inhale, open. Exhale, fold. Or squatting. Exhale, down. Inhale, head down, hips up. Then coming all the way up. Standing so your feet are good hip width apart. Watching things around you, beams and what have you. We're going to bring the arms forwards. The woodcutter, I just need to avoid a beam here. So standing with the feet hips apart, toes facing forward, heels out. Interlace your fingers, woodcutter, so it's a big really pressing from here as we come forwards, and we do it 3 times. So inhale, open, lift. Inhale, come up, open. Third time, up, inhale. And slowly come back up. Last one in this series. So legs are still wide, maybe even wider. Open the arms wide. Brilliant. So your left hand reaches for your right foot. Exhale, down. The right arm lifts, twisting. Inhale, come up. Exhale, right hand to left leg, twist. Inhale, come up, open. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lift. So don't hurry, take your time. Finishing with the right hand to the left leg. Up you come. And then walk the feet in a little and come back down onto your backs for a moment of rest before we move to the third sequence. So lying down, either flat or feet on the floor, chin tucking in, and let yourself settle, resting at ease. So from all that movement comes stillness. Observe the sensations that arise in the body without trying to identify them, label them, just let them be, just let those sensations wash over you. Allowing yourself to rest into the stillness, rest at ease. Give out those rivers of energy going through the toes, the ankles, the knees, the hips, the whole of the spine, the shoulders, the elbows, the wrists, the fingers and thumbs, the neck, the face, the scalp. Rest at ease. Okay, so a wonderful third sequence is the abdominal exercises, which are used to strengthen the core and strengthen your digestive system. So you need space around you because we're doing that circling of the legs and going from side to side. So starting with the single leg raises, put your hands onto your hips, perhaps having your left foot flat on the floor for support of your back. You want to try and keep your pelvis level as you move the right leg. The left hip is the one that's going to try and lift and roll forwards and taking the weight out of the lower back on the left side, so be aware of that. Okay, so as you breathe in, raise the right leg, pointing the toe, lift, and then slowly lower down. So you can come down in little stages, lower, pause, lower, pause, lower, pause. Great. And we'll just do 4 more, so 5 on either side. Take your time. Breathing in to lift. And expressing out through the toe, the right leg. So it's a long right leg. Lower, lower. And so I can see we're all working at slightly different levels, different speeds. When you've done 5, then go to the other side. Remember the pelvis staying nice and level. Left leg when you're ready. Lift, inhale. Slowly lower down. So it's your right hip you need to be aware of. It stays flat. The slower you go, the more kind of precision you'll get. More awareness. 4 more. Three more. Lift on the inhale, slowly lower. And then you can choose after you've done 5 with this left leg, whether we do 4 more, lifting both legs together. And they can be from a bent leg position, then coming up, lower, or you could do 2 of the single leg raises, 2 right, 2 left. If you are lifting from flat, pointing the legs, I'd recommend you have your hands down by your side. Press the palms into the ground, shoulders into the ground, back of the head. Breathing in, lift. Exhale, slowly lower down. Inhaling, lift. 4 of these. Exhale, slowly lower down. Good, brilliant. Last one. Lower rib cage sucking in, abs engaged. And release. Take a moment to relax, let go, staying in that present moment. The sensations really strong in the abs, feel the warmth. And then we need to keep the left leg flat on the floor because it's the right leg that's going to move first. So you lift the right leg a few inches off the ground and then circle it around. So again, watching that you don't open and go uneven with the hips. So put your hands onto your hips and watch the left hip stays down. So perhaps put your left hand firmly on top of the left hip, just hip bone to keep it pressing down. So you're aware that it doesn't lift. Circle round. So not too speedy. Around the other way, maybe hip clicking. And change legs. And you go. So watch your furniture. See some of these struggling. Just move out the way so you can go at a different angle on your mat. Change direction. Hands on the hip, so you want to make sure that the right hip doesn't leave the ground. Back of the right hip, the back of the pelvis on the right side, lower back area, stable. All right, so bringing both knees in towards you. Squeeze, stretching the lower back. By all means, you can rest, or this can be done, the next one with both legs together in a modified version. So you have both legs up, pointing to the ceiling, point your toes, squeeze the legs together, and do really small circles like the size of a little side plate, and then go to a dinner plate and just see how does that feel. And the legs up like this, squeezing the legs together, small circles, can be very nice for the lower back, SI joints, tailbone area. Can you feel the pressure as you circle the legs around? And then some of you may be able to go lower. This is when we work more on the abdominal strength. The lower those heavy legs go, the more effort's needed. Try and go slow and precise. Great, change direction. Nice and slow again. Well done, last time around. Fabulous. Good, knees in. So next is cycling. Arms down by your side, rooting the palms of the hands, the elbows, the shoulders, back of the head into the ground. Flex your feet and then start to pedal. One leg at a time. As one draws in, then the other one lifts, lowers, hovers off the ground, tuck it in. So you're very slow on your bike. Slow it down. Pushing out through the heels, so flexing the feet. Change direction, pedal backwards. Push out through the heels, tuck the knee in. Push out through the heels, tuck the knee in. Feel that warmth build. Well done, well done. And then both knees in and rest. A few recovery breaths, and again, by all means, just rest and leave the next one out if you want to, or you could return back to paddling individually or taking it up a notch, both legs together. So again, hands down by your side, pressing the palms, the elbows, the shoulders, the head. Locking the legs together, off you go. Both legs moving as one. Brilliant. Flex the feet, push out through the heels. So you can just do little small pedals so you don't go low or all the way down for more effort needed for your abdominal muscles, your core. Change direction. Press away, scoop in. Brilliant. And again, last time. And then give the knees a hug. Head up. Well done, everybody. Squeeze. Okay, so put your head down on the ground, chin tucks in. Arms out to the side or hands behind the back of your head with the fingers interlaced. And then we're going from side to side with the knees. So squeeze the legs together, point the toes. Exhale with the legs locked together over to the left, right shoulder stays down. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, over to the right, keep the legs squeezing together, good. Inhale, pull up from your core, draw the legs back up. Exhale, release and gravity pulling you over. Inhale, lifting up from the core. Exhale over. Continue. Well done. Don't think you have to go all the way down, just go as far as you can with control. Without the shoulder lifting, opposite shoulder, and without the legs coming apart. Finishing on the right side. And then moving into the very last pose, which is the Navasana, the boat, the low boat. We're going to repeat this 5 times. And then on the last one, we're going to just drop straight into Shavasana. So if you want to have your blanket, cushions, socks and things close to hand, so you can just quickly slip them on so you can get warm straight afterwards. Give you a minute to get organised. All right, so you have the choice to either just lift up the head and shoulders and look at the toes, or lifting up the legs as well, keeping the legs straight. Hands onto your thighs, point your fingers towards the knees. Breathing in, lifting, low boat. Exhale, lower down. 4 more. Inhale, lift, hover. Exhale, lower down. 3 more. Release, come up, hold, release. The last one we're going to hold for a little longer, coming up. Hover, hover, breathe. And now release and rest into stillness. Slide a blanket over yourself. Maybe do some adjustment, squeezing the knees in. Perhaps feet on the floor. Closing your eyes. Have your toes turning out if your legs are straight and your arms away from the body, palms facing up. Resting in Shavasana. Resting at ease. Dropping immediately into the still space. Scanning the body for the sensations from the practice. Relax into those sensations, the effort, the warmth, the energy. And as you breathe out, let those sensations dissipate through the whole of your body. Resting at ease. Welcoming yourself back home to yourself, to this calm, still place, space within you. Resting at ease. Letting go of any tightness, any constriction. Allowing thoughts just to wash through the mind, just like clouds floating through the sky. Thoughts of remembering, just let them drift away. Thoughts of planning, are not needed now. Enjoy staying in the present moment. Resting at ease. So perhaps you want to stay for longer. Please do. We'll just finish the Zoom call and you can rest for as long as you want in your space. Or take some deeper breaths and come up to sitting, maybe a stretch along the way. And bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, sweeping your arms up. And exhale, bow forwards. And lifting up, inhale. And then bringing your hands to your heart. So you lock the thumbs together, place the hands at the heart. And with great love and respect, you honour your heart, your inner teacher. With great love and respect, you honour your heart, your inner teacher. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Good to see you.